Hello everyone, today our topic is how to automate employee data compilation with Google Forms and Google Drive. So I'm an HR and I want to automate this process of compiling data of all my employees. For that, I have created a Google form from which I'm getting the details of all my employees. So whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission, then automatically I'm going to capture that form submission details and I'm going to use these details to compile the data in Google Docs by creating a new document by using Google Docs template. So after creating this document, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that file shareable by using Google Drive and I'm going to get the PDF link of that file. So after getting that PDF link of that file, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that file in a particular folder in Google Drive by using the name of my employee. So for that, I have to build a simple connection between Google Forms, Google Docs and Google Drive. So for building this connection, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing software for automation and integration. In Pabbly Connect, I have to use trigger and actions. In trigger application, I'm going to use Google Forms. In action application, first I'm going to use Google Docs, then I'm going to use Google Drive, and in the last, again, I'm going to use Google Drive. So how I'm going to build this connection? For that, let me take you to my computer screen. I hope all you can see my computer screen, and today we are going to see that how we can enhance HR reporting and how we can automate employee data compilation with Google Forms and Google Drive. So I'm an HR and I want to compile the data of all my employees and I want to keep a record of all my employee details. So I have created a Google form from which I'm going to get the details of all my employees and I want to use these details to create a new document in Google Docs for which I have created this document template. Now after compiling this data and creating this document, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save these documents in my Google Drive with individual employee name. So in my Google Drive, I'm going to create a subfolder for my employee details in this particular folder, which is employee details. So here I'm going to create subfolder for all my employees and I'm going to save these detailed document in those folders. So now whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission from my Google form with my employee details, then automatically I'm going to use these details to create a new employee details document with my Google Docs template. And like that, I'm going to keep record of all these documents in my Google Drive in a new folder with my employee name. So for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, and with Pabbly Connect, I'm going to build a connection between my Google Form, Google Docs and Google Drive, and that too without any coding and programming skills. And for using Pabbly Connect, I have to open a new tab and search for pabbly.com/connect, and this will take us to this landing page of Pabbly Connect. Here we have two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you don't have any account with Pabbly, you can just sign up for free and it will take only 2 minutes of your time and you will get 100 of tasks free every month. Or if you already have an account, you can just sign in and you will get to see this page. So these are all the apps that Pabbly offers and we are going to use Pabbly Connect here. For that, I have to click here on this Access Now button under Pabbly Connect and this will direct us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here, this is the workflow section and we can see all the workflows that we will create here. And this is the folder section. We can create new folder here and we can save any workflow in any particular folder that we want. Now here, what I want to do is I want to create a new workflow. For that, I have to click here on this create workflow button and this window will pop up. Here I have to name my workflow. So I'm going to name it as my objective, which is to automate employee data compilation with Google Forms and Google Drive. Now I have to select the folder where I want to save my workflow. So for that, I have to open this tab. And in this tab, I will find all the folders that I have created in my Pabbly Connect account. And in this, I'm going to select this folder of employee data. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to click on create. And this will take us to this most important window of our workflow. Here we have two boxes, trigger and action. So these are the two main principles on which our workflow works on. And trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So trigger is going to be the first step that will get executed in our workflow and action will just follow that. So we have to set up our trigger first and here my trigger application is going to be Google Forms. So I'm going to select Google Forms here and now I have to give a trigger event. So I'm going to open this tab and new response received will be my trigger event. So I'm going to select this. Now I have to connect Google Forms with Pabbly Connect and for that I have to use webhook URL and this webhook URL is going to work as a bridge between Google Forms and Pabbly Connect. So for connecting these two accounts, I have to follow all these instructions. So first I'm going to copy this webhook URL. Now I have to take you to Google Forms. And here I will go to responses. So I'm going to add all the responses of my Google Forms in this particular sheet, which I have already opened. So this is my Google Sheet where I'm going to add the responses of Google Forms. So this is the spreadsheet that I'm using, which is named as data compilation form. And in this I have all these columns and this is my last data entry column, which is document submitted. Now here what is going to happen is that whenever I'm going to get a new form submission, then automatically all the responses of that form submission is going to add in my Google Sheet. So what I need to do is I need to connect this Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect so that I can get all the responses of my Google Forms in Pabbly Connect. Now for connecting this Google Sheet, what I have to do is I have to go to extensions, and in this I need this particular extension of Pabbly Connect Webhooks. And if you don't have this extension, then you have to go to add-ons and you have to open get add-ons. And this will direct us to the Google Workspace Marketplace. Here we have to search for our extension, which is Pabbly Connect Webhook. So I'm going to open this and our extension will look like this. So we need to install this, and I have already installed this. So I'm going to close this. I will go back to extensions and we will see our extension here. So I'm going to go to my extension. Now I have to open initial setup, and here we have two options, webhook URL and trigger column. So here what we have to do is we have to first give our webhook URL. So I am going to give the webhook URL that I have copied from Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to paste that here, and now I have to give a trigger column. So the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to webhook URL. So in my Google Sheet, I have column Y, which is my last data entry column. So whenever I'm going to get the new form responses data, then automatically that responses is going to add in all these columns. Then whenever the data will be filled in my last data entry column, which is column Y, then automatically the data of that whole row will be sent to Pabbly Connect. So here my trigger column will be column Y. Now I have to click on submit, and my setup is configured successfully. Now I'm going to close this. And what I need to do is I need to go back to extensions. I have to go to Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and here I'm going to enable this option of send on event. So by enabling this option, what is going to happen is that whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission, then automatically the data of that form submission is going to add in my Google Sheet, and that data will be added in a new row. So whenever that new row will be added, then automatically that row data will be sent to Pabbly Connect. Now what I need to do is I need to go back to Pabbly Connect, and here we can see it is waiting for webhook response. So how I'm going to get this webhook response? For that, I have to create a new form submission. So let me take you to my Google form. So this is my employee data form, and I'm going to use this Google form. So I have to preview this. Now here, I'm going to fill all these details. So first I have to give my employee name. So my employee name will be demo user. I'm going to give any random employee ID because I'm filling test data here. So this will be my employee ID. Now I have to select the gender. So my gender will be male. I have to give an address. So my address will be 123 ABC Street. My city will be Bhopal. My state will be Madhya Pradesh. Now I have to give a pin code. So I'm going to give any random pin code. Now I have to give a mobile number of my employee. So I'm going to give random mobile number. Now I have to give an email. So my email will be damouser@pabblytudes.com. Now I have to give them department. So my department will be marketing. Designation will be video instructor. I have to give a date of joining. So I'm going to select any random date of joining. So my date of joining will be 1st of Feb 2024. Now I have to give my employee type, which will be full time. I have to give my bank account details. Now I have to give a bank name. So my bank name will be ABC Bank. I have to give the account holder name. So my account holder name will be demo user. Now I have to give an account number. So I'm going to give random account number. This is going to be my account number. Now I have to give a IFSC code. So my IFSC code will be, so this is our random IFSC code. Now I have to give the educational qualification. So my degree will be BCom. I have to give an university. So I'm going to give any random university, which will be Demo University. My year of passing will be 2022. If I have any certification, I can name that here. I don't have any certification, so I'm going to give not applicable. Now I have to give the year of certification. So I don't have any certification, so my answer will be not applicable. Now I have to select the document that I have submitted. So I have submitted my resume, passport size photo, Aadhaar card, PAN card, educational certificates, and experience certificates. Now I have filled all the required details. So I'm going to submit this form. And here we can see I have submitted this form. Now I have to take you to my Google Sheet. And here in my Google Sheet, we can see I have added this new row. And in this, I have the data that I have just filled in my Google form. So I have received all these details here. Now what I need to do is I need to go back to Pabbly Connect. And here we can see I have received these details. I have the year of passing, which is 2022. I have the state, which is Madhya Pradesh. I have the spreadsheet name, which is data compilation form. And here I have the random pin code. I have the full name, which is demo user. I have the mobile number. I have the university name, which is Demo University. I have IFSC code. I have the gender, which is male. I have the department, which is marketing. Employee type is full time. I have the employee ID. Email is demouser@pabblytudes.com. Degree is BCom, and these are the documents that my employee has submitted. Also, I have the designation, which is video instructor. Date of joining is 1st of Feb 2024. I have the contact information in which I have the address, which is 123 ABC Street, city is Bhopal. I don't have any certification name, which is not applicable. I have the bank name, which is ABC Bank. I have the account number. I have the account holder name, which is demo user. So I have received all these details from my Google Forms and I have received all these employee details. Now what I need to do is I need to use all these details, and by using these details, I'm going to create a document for which I have created a document template in my Google Docs. So I'm going to use this document template and I'm going to add all the details that I've received from my Google form. So I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect, and here I have to set up my actions tab. So I'm going to open this tab, and here my action application is going to be Google Docs. So I'm going to select Google Docs here, and now I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab, and create document from template will be my action event. So I'm going to select this, and now I have to connect Google Docs with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. I will click on add new connection and I will sign in with Google. Now here I have to click on allow to give access to my account. So I'm going to select this, and my connection here is successful. So I have successfully connected Google Docs with Pabbly Connect. Now what I have to do is I have to select my template document. And for that, what I have to do is I have to first open this tab. And in this tab, I will find all the documents that I have in my Google Docs account. And I want to use this template of employee details template. So I'm going to select this. Now I have to give the new document's name. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the name of my employee. And after that, I'm going to use the title of details. So I have received the name of my employee from my Google Form responses. So I'm going to use that and I'm going to map that here. So for that, I have to use mapping. And what mapping is a technique through which I can retrieve the data from the previous steps, and the data that is changing will get replaced with the new data in the real time. So for mapping, I have to click here. I will open this response of Google Forms. And in this, I have the full name, which is of my employee, which is demo user. So I'm going to map this. And now I'm going to give a title of details. So this will be my new document's name, which is going to be my employee name and details. So my document will be demo user details. Now I have to select the document's location. So in this document location, what I have to do is that this document that I'm going to create, I have to save that document in any particular location. So I have to save that in my Google Drive. So I have to take you to my Google Drive. And here I'm going to use this folder of employee details. And in this particular folder, I'm going to save the documents that I'm generating. So this will be my document location, which is employee details. So I have to take you back to Pabbly Connect. And here for selecting my documents location, I have to open this tab. And in this tab, I will find all the folders that I have in my Google Drive account. So I'm going to use this particular folder of employee details. And now I have all these tabs. So these are all the variables that I have in my template. So I have to fill all these details to replace the employee details in place of my variable. So for that, what I have to do is I have to click here. I will open this response of Google Forms, and first I have to map the full name of my employee. So I'm going to search for my full name. So this is the full name of my employee. So I'm going to map this. Similarly, I'm going to map the employee ID. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of Google Forms, and this is the employee ID. So I'm going to map this. Now I'm going to map the gender. I have to give the address. So this is the address, which is 123 ABC Street. So I'm going to map this. I have to give the city. City is Bhopal. Similarly, I'm going to fill all these details: state, pin code, mobile number, email address, department, designation, date of joining, employment type, bank name, account holder name, account number, IFSC code, degree. Now I have to give the institute, year of passing, certification name, year of certification, and document submitted. So here I have filled all the required details, and I have received all these details from my Google Form response. Now what I need to do is I need to click on Save and Send Test Request button. And here we can see I have received this response. So this is a positive response, and in this response I have this document ID. So this means that I have created this new document with all these details of the Google Form response. Now to check this, I have to take you to my Google Drive, and here we can see I have added this new document which is named as demo user details. So I'm going to open this document, and here we can see I have generated this new document with the details of the Google Form response of my employee. So here I have the personal information, which is full name, demo user, employee ID is this, I have the gender, which is male, I have the address, which is 123 ABC Street, I have the city, which is Bhopal, state is Madhya Pradesh, I have the pin code, I have the random mobile number, and the email address, which is demouser@pabblytudes.com. Also I have the department, which is marketing, designation is video instructor, date of joining is 1st of Feb 2024, I have the employment type, which is full time. I have the bank account details, so bank name is ABC Bank, account holder name is demo user, I have the account number, I have the IFSC code, I have the educational qualification for which I have the degree of BCom, university is demo university, year of passing is 2022, professional certification is not available, year of certification is not available, and these are the documents that my employee has submitted. So here I have used the details that my employee has filled in the Google form, and I have used all those details to create this document where I have added the details of my employee. So I have compiled the data of my employee in this particular document. Now what I need to do is I need to go back to Pabbly Connect. And now what I have to do is I have to use these documents that I have just generated, and I'm going to save this document in a new folder that I want to create for my employee. So for that I have to add one more action step here. And here my action application is going to be Google Drive. So I'm going to select Google Drive here. I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab. And here first, for saving this document, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first make this file shareable. And after making that file shareable, I'm going to get the PDF link of that document, and I'm going to save my document in PDF format. So here my action event will be share a file with anyone. So I'm going to select this. And now I'm going to connect Google Drive with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. I will click on add new connection, and I will sign in with Google. Now I have to click on allow to give access to my account. And my connection here is successful. Now here I have to give the file ID. So what I have to do is I have to use the document ID that I've received by generating my document, and I'm going to use that document ID as my file ID. So I have to map that. So for mapping that, I have to first click on this button of map. I'm going to clear this default response. And now I'm going to map the document ID that I've received from my response of Google Docs. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Google Docs. And in this, I have this document ID. So I'm going to map this. Now here I have filled my file ID. Now here, whenever I'm going to get a new form submission from my employee, then automatically we are going to capture that employee details. And after capturing those details, I'm going to use those details to create a new document by using my Google document template. And I'm going to compile that data. And after compiling that data, I'm going to get a new document ID from Google Docs. And I'm going to use that document ID to make that file shareable. Now I have to click on Save and Send Test Toolkit button. And here we can see I have received this response. So in this response, I have this ID which says anyone with link. So this means that I have made my file shareable, and anyone that has the link of my file can access the file. And in this response, I also have this PDF link. So this is the PDF link of my document. So by using this link, I can access my document in PDF format so that it will be more secure. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this PDF link of my document, and I'm going to save this document file in Google Drive, where I'm going to create a new folder with my employee name. So here I have to add action step. So I'm going to click here on this add action step button. And here I'm going to use Google Drive. So I'm going to select Google Drive. And now I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab, and create a subfolder will be my action event. And now I'm going to connect Google Drive with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. As I have already built a connection between Google Drive and Pabbly Connect, so I'm going to use this existing connection. So I'm going to click on save. And here for creating a subfolder, I have to first select the folder where I'm going to create the subfolder. So let me take you to my Google Drive. I will go back to Drive, and here I have this folder of employees compiled data. So I'm going to use this folder, and in this I'm going to create new subfolder with the name of my employees, and I'm going to add the compiled data document. So I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect, and here I have to give my subfolder name. So my subfolder name is going to be the name of my employees. So I'm going to map that here. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Google Forms, and in this I have the name of my employee, which is demo user. So I'm going to select this. So this will be my subfolder name. Now I have to click on Save and Send Test Toolkit button. And here we can see I have received the response. So this is a positive response, and this means that I have created a subfolder in my Google Drive folder. Now to check this, I have to take you to Google Drive. And here we are in this folder of employee compiled data. And here we have created this new folder which is named as my employee, which is demo user. This folder is empty. Now what I need to do is I need to save that document in this particular folder that I have just created for my employee. Now let's go back to Pabbly Connect. And here I'm going to add my last action step. So I'm going to click here on this add action step button. And again, I'm going to use Google Drive. Now I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab, and upload a file will be my action event. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to connect Google Drive with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. I'm going to use the existing connection. So I'm going to click on save. And here I have these three tabs: URL, folder ID, and file name. So first I'm going to give the PDF link of my document that I've received from making my file shareable by using Google Drive. So I'm going to save my document in PDF format in my Google Drive folder. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of Google Drive, share a file with anyone. And in this, I have this PDF link of my document. So I'm going to map this. So this is going to be my URL. Now I have to give my folder ID. So for the folder ID, what I'm going to do is that I have just created a subfolder by the name of my employee. So by that, I have received a folder ID. So I'm going to map that here. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of Google Drive, create a subfolder. And this is my folder ID. So I'm going to map this. So every time I'm going to create a new subfolder with the name of my employee, then I'm going to get a new folder ID. So that is going to get replaced here in this folder ID. And I'm going to save this file in a new folder with my employee name. Now I have to give the file name. So I have received the file name while creating this document. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of share a file with anyone. And this is my file name, which is demo user details. So I'm going to map this. So here I have filled all the required details. Now what I need to do is I need to click on save and send test request button. And here we can see I have received this response. So in this I have the status of success. So this means that I have saved my document in PDF format in the particular folder which is named as my employee. I have saved the document of compiled data of that particular employee in that particular folder in Google Drive. Now to check this, I have to take you to Google Drive. And here we can see I am on this folder of demo user, which is my employee name. And in this I have this new document which is demo user details. So I'm going to open this. And here we can see that this is the document that I have just created for the compiled data of my employee. And in this, I have all the details of my employee, which is named as demo user. And this is in PDF format. So here we can see that my connection between Google Form, Google Sheet, Google Docs, and Google Drive is working successfully. Such that whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission, then automatically by using that form submission details, I'm going to create a new document by using the Google document template that I have created. And after creating that document, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that document in PDF format in a particular folder in my Google Drive that I'm going to create in the name of my employee. Now to check this in real time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my Google form and I'm going to preview this form one more time. And here I'm going to fill one more dummy details with my employee detail. So my full name will be test user. I'm going to give a random employee ID. I will select my gender, which will be male. Address will be random. My city will be Indore. State will be Madhya Pradesh. And similarly, I'm going to fill all these details. So I have filled all the required details. Now I'm going to click on submit. And I have submitted this new form. Now what should happen is that this form should automatically be saved in a new folder with the name of my employee. And in that folder, I should find a document in a PDF format with my compiled data of my employee. Now to check this, I have to take you to my Google Drive. And here I have this folder of employee compiled data. So I'm going to open this. And here we can see I have created this new folder with the name of my employee, which is test user. So I'm going to open this folder. And in this folder, we can see I have this new document, which is named as test user details. So I'm going to open this document. So this document is in PDF format. And in this, we can see I have compiled the data of my employee. So in this, I have the name of my employee, which is test user. I have the employee ID. Gender is male. I have the address, which is random street. City is Indore. State is Madhya Pradesh. I have the pin code. I have the mobile number. Email is testuser@pabblytudes.com. Department is development. Designation is junior developer. Date of joining is 1st of Jan 2024. Employment type is full time. And we have the bank account details. So this is my bank name. I have the account holder name, which is test user. I have the account number. IFSC code and the educational qualification. So degree is BTech. I have the university, which is Test University. I have the year of passing, which is 2021. I have the professional certification, which is not available. And year of certification is also not available. And these are the documents that my employee has submitted. So here we can see that I have just filled all these details in my Google form. And I have used all these details to create a new document with the compiled data of my employee. And I have saved that document automatically in a new folder, which I have created with the name of my employee. So here my connection between Google Forms, Google Drive, Google Docs and Google Drive is working successfully. Now let's go back to Pabbly Connect. And here we have successfully built this connection between Google Forms, Google Docs, Google Drive. So let's summarize what we did here. So first I have set up my trigger and my trigger application was Google Forms and my trigger event was new response received. Then I have set up my action steps and first I have used Google Docs to create a document from template. Then I have used Google Drive and here my action event was share a file with anyone. Then I have used create a subfolder as my action event. And in the last, I have used upload a file as my last action event. So this is how I have successfully created this workflow. And you can also create this workflow by following all the steps that I did in my workflow. And I'm also going to put the link of my workflow in the description so you can check it out from there. And thank you for watching this video. Not just these applications, you can automate and integrate a lot more applications like this using Pabbly Connect. If you need any help or if you have any doubt, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can post them at forum.pabbly.com, or if you have any issue with the pricing of Pabbly, you can connect on this link. And if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.